on Sundays, we weren't allowed to play with our friends. We could only play with each other in the house. So we didn't play outside, we didn't play with friends, but luckily we had Tanner Manor, this great big house. And so some of my most fun memories were Sundays playing with my siblings. And a couple of things that I loved to do were to slide down the attic stairs and make candy. So first, sliding down the attic stairs, we would get restless because we were very active kids and we needed something to do to move, and we couldn't go outside and play and run around. And so we would take these discarded baby crib mattresses, or I guess there was just one, and these sleeping bags that were really thick, just super heavy, the kind you don't want to take on a camp out, but the kind that my brothers took on their campouts. And we would get in those sleeping bags or jump on top of that baby crib mattress and slide up and down these wooden stairs. And one time I was telling my friend Amanda about this, and she said, "So where was your mother? Weren't you really noisy?" And I said, "Oh, I don't know. I guess she was off in the distance downstairs or something." And we didn't even think about how noisy we were being. Another thing that I loved doing was making candy with my mom. I think to help pass the hours between Sunday school in the morning and sacrament meeting in the evening, she would do something like make candy to keep us occupied. This was past the years of taking naps, so we didn't take naps anymore, and she needed something to do with us. And so she would make fudge or divinity. It seems like those were the two big ones, especially the fudge. Sometimes toffee, but I remember the fudge because she would make it in a pan and teach us that you don't leave any sugar crystals along the edge where it's boiling, because if you do, then the fudge will turn sugary. So, and then we would take a scoop of it out and drop this little blob into some cold water, and instead of buying a candy thermometer, that's how we did it, and would get it to the softball stage or whatever stage the candy needed to go to. And then once it was just right, we'd pour it onto this marble slab, and my mother loved that marble slab. And once it would get on this cold marble slab, then we'd get a wooden spoon and beat it and beat it and beat it. And she'd do it first, and then we'd take a turn, then she'd do it again, and she was really strong. And that's how I learned to make fudge. There were no shortcut cheater ways that I use now. And I just remember kneeling around her on top of the island with the marble slab in the middle, just spending hours. And we'd butter that marble slab so the stickiness wouldn't stay. And we just had a lot of fun. And we'd lick it at every turn we could get. And she'd tell us stories. So we spent a lot of time with my mom that way. She'd always try to tell us stories and keep us happy while we were doing those kind of things. One other thing we did on Sundays that I forgot about, is one of my favorite memories, is it seemed like this always happened at night when things had just kind of gone from buttoned up, going to church, to just, we got to play, was black tag. And this is one of my favorite memories. In the entryway of Tanner Manor, there were black doors everywhere, black French sliding doors in front of the living room, in front of the dining room, and in front, and then single doors on the bathroom and going into the entry to the kitchen area, the family room. And then there was a post at the bottom of the stairs which was also black. And so we'd play this game called black tag, and the key was to wear your socks. So you could slide on this wooden floor, and the person in the middle would try to tag you before you touch black. And it just got chaotic and wild. We would be sliding, slamming into those doors. And my favorite part about it was just remembering the faces of my parents, so happy, just watching us have fun. We didn't really get in trouble for slamming into doors and sliding all over this entryway. So I love that our parents let us love the house and use the house. instead of it being a museum type place, it was just fully loved and used. And that was something we usually did on Sundays. I don't ever remember it being on another day, but Sunday seemed to be the day that we did these crazy things inside the house.